Tony's here, I guess. Don't know which one of these we want to talk about first. The transfer agreement on N14. That's probably the easiest one.
The other half, we already did, didn't we?
Yeah, I gave you one back in October. No. Basically, it's a 2.3 miles from existing Highway 20, and that'll take you up to the north ramp, north on and off ramp of New 20. Yeah, the map in there sort of shows you. Anything you want to add to TJ?
Well, you know, right now, our intent is still to try and reconstruct N14 from existing 20 to relocated 20 so that it's open when we take traffic off of 20 in 2012. Whether we're going to make that or not depends on a lot of things. It's very tight. Right now we're looking at trying to let that project in March of 2012 and completing it by the end of the year so that can all come together. But again, this is a real tight schedule. If it doesn't, if we get into a glitch such as right away or something that slows us down, we will then have to do some type of plan B where we make some improvements to it temporarily and then reconstruct after we get traffic the whole way over 71. But I think right now we're planning on a public meeting in January let's see, 18th to talk about that with the public so that from that point on we can buy right away. But this is, the transfer is because essentially when we open that up, the intent is 196 traffic is going to want to continue on north, and it just kind of made sense to us that will become 196. And I think I mentioned before, long term, I can envision making that 71. And once we reconstruct from 71 and 175, from that curve down there up to existing 20, once that gets reconstructed, I can see that becoming 71 in the future.
My personal opinion, growing up and living here my whole life, I see both of those taking a lot of traffic. Both 71 and the extension of 196. I think both of those avenues to get up to the relocated 20 will be used quite heavily. So I hope you think about that in the future, because
as far as future TJs of existing 71.
Yeah, because I really do truly believe that will be used a great deal. They won't necessarily use 196. I think both of those roads will be heavily trafficked.
I mean, 175 is obviously going to stay. Right now it's 175 and 71. That east-west portion will stay as 175. And you're right, it may turn out that you're going to still pill some people off that direction, but it probably, I guess the reason why we put the interchange at N14 is because we felt that's going to be the most direct route, and that's where most people.
But you still also have an interchange at 71 as well,
right?
And
right.
So both of them will have an interchange,
right?
And you got a scale of north early, and a lot of traffic that has a choice doesn't go that way. They'll go through Ivy Grove or follow me. I mean, we see that all the time on our county roads. If you guys,
Oh, you're saying as you're coming southbound.
Yeah. One thing that'll contribute to people, instead of going north on 196, they'll go west on 175 and avoid the scale.
And we didn't put anything in this agreement as far as future intent, because I think that's still a ways off, and I guess we'll just have to look at that as we get closer.
And we appreciate that, and we know that this extension makes good sense. But at the same time, we wanted to give our opinion as far as I really truly do believe that that will be used a great deal.
And probably with the new co-op going in south of Early, it may be heavily used too.
So just something to think about.
Well, and generally, when we do these, there's offsetting things, and at this point, there's not going to be any offsetting for reasons why you're going to want to take it. I understand that also, but I guess my main thing is that this makes sense for 196 for now, and once we make that in, change that south tie-in with 175 and make that so it's a straight shot north. I think that will be, in my opinion, the predominant traffic using.
And at that point in time, I guess I would encourage that we do some traffic counts, because I really truly believe that it's really going to be used.
It may not truly change until we do. If the last thing we do on 196 is reconstruct that south, that curve, and take that curve out of there, that may be what changes, where people perceive they want to go. But
and the best thing is to evaluate and count that at the time, because with the consideration of a big grain facility south of Early, there are going to be a lot of folks coming from the southwest that come up and run down 71 to get there. So I really think there's going to be a significant count all the way through.
Do we got a timeline as far as reconstruction that junction south?
We're working on a concept right now. The bridges are in the program. The one just south of existing 20 and the one north of that junction. But there's no money for the remainder, even though we are kind of developing a concept, because to build the south bridge, there's some environmental issues to the south of that we have to make sure we design around and or account for. And
so it's probably at least 5 years out then.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
I guess one other quick question, and if you don't get, is the section of N14 between the two ramps, is that going to be reconstructed as part of the mainline paving?
I believe the way it was being designed, it would be part of the N14 project. So I'm pretty sure that's. So I mean, if we can't get it reconstructed, we are going to have to do something. Whether it's added to change the paving plan so that it incorporates what we needed to do to bring the traffic down, because it's going to include how we tie in with existing N14 as well as that intersection at existing US 20. Because we'd probably end up putting a temporary right turn lane, at least down there, is what we would envision.
Because right now, of course, N14 going under the bridge is going to be shifted to one side.
Right, so if we don't reconstruct it, we're going to have to do something to.
So it's going to affect your ramps and how you tie in.
Like I said, our intent still is to try to get it reconstructed. I have my concerns just because of the timing is getting awfully short. But we do, I guess, we have. I think we still need right-of-way layout, but we have what we call our D5 plans, and I didn't think to bring you a copy of those, but I can get you a copy of the D5 plans. And with our meeting set for January, we should be getting the right-of-way layouts fairly shortly. And so, again, once we get to right-of-way, our presentation at a public meeting, make any changes based on that, we can get into buying right away. So
didn't you get that right-of-way acquired as part of the?
Just at the interchange.
Just at the interchange?
We still have right-of-way needs from the interchange down to existing 20.
Okay. I know we talked about that.
The preliminary stuff I've seen, they're shifting the whole road east, all the way down almost to the connection to Old 20.
Yeah, I don't recall details.
So they've got to buy right away.
On the east side.
East side, I think, all the way down. Again, that's some preliminary stuff that I saw.
But I know Shane had some D5 plans, and I just didn't get those printed out for you yet.
But once you get down to existing 20, they're pretty much on the same limit and match up with.
Well, existing 20, what we're end up, we're gonna want to be shifting to the west to avoid that. When we build that bridge to the south there's that substation, electrical substation.
Oh.
We're going to try to avoid that. So that'll shift us a little bit to the west at that point. So we'll probably be very close to existing infrastructure.
Right there by Eagle Blossom.
It's right there.
By the way, the village here.
Yeah.
I will move to accept the proposal of transfer of jurisdiction with DOT regarding N14.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Those opposed say nay. Motion carried. All signed.
I guess one other comment on that, when I do get this back, then I take it to the commission, or I'm not sure if I take it or John Adam takes it to the commission for approval. So there's still one more step in the
Okay.
process.
Your load just lightened, Mike.
Not yet.
Snowball.